Okay, Greg, so we're going to start off by grabbing a small medicine ball or dumbbell. We're going into the reverse wood chop. Make sure you make a triangle shape with your arms. That shape stays exactly the same in relation to the shoulders. Okay, nice big range of motion, a little counter movement to start with. Gently tighten the abdomen. It's 8 reps each side. Okay, keep that triangle shape. Now from the right hip over to the left shoulder. Good tip when you first start doing this is keep an eye on the ball. As soon as you've done 8 reps on each side, we're going to move into the second medicine ball exercise. So keep it in the hands. Now we're going into the bend and extend. So flexion, then extension. Flexion, then extension. It's a nice free-flowing movement. Make sure you don't hold your breath with any of these medicine ball exercises. Otherwise, the increased thoracic pressure will fix those thoracic joints that we're trying to mobilize. Next, into the lateral stretch. Nice big range of motion. Again, don't hold your breath. Keep that ball right up above the head. Okay, that's your first set of exercises. Okay, next we're into a thoracic spine foam roll. A lot of people just, they get so used to doing this, they don't actually do it correctly. So make sure you get a good hug. Hands right across the body, ear, shoulder, hips in line. And once you've loosened up a bit, bring the head back a little bit more so you're extending further over the roller. Remember to keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Okay, next onto the latissimus dorsi. It's a very long, very large muscle and long. Connects from the thoracolumbar fascia right down by the pelvis all the way up to the top of the spine, and it has a connection onto the humerus. So if it gets tight, it immediately rotates your humerus. I think your latissimus dorsi are tight, and stretching's just not going to fix it on its own. You do need to use a variety of techniques. One of them is foam rolling. Okay, on to the next part. Right, we have press-ups. You can do full body. At the moment, I think you should do kneeling. Okay, kneeling press-ups at the moment. But here's a demonstration of full body ones with the ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, maintaining that straight line with neutral spine. Once you've done 8 of those, onto the mountain climbers. Look, there's no rush here. Look for range of motion and see how I'm keeping the trunk still, okay? I want you to learn how to move your leg in flexion whilst the trunk and pelvis are stable. Okay, once you've done 8 of those, it's on to a plank. In these demonstrations, I'm just getting my hips probably an inch too high. It's a bit picky. Try and keep it parallel to the floor, okay? Don't bring your hips up higher than your ear, okay? Use your ear, shoulder, hips in line as a guide. Once you've done 8 1-second holds, we're moving on to the prone cobra. This is about retraction, bringing the shoulder blades in, and depression, bringing the shoulder blades down. A good piece of imagery is imagine you're trying to tuck your shoulder blades into the back pockets of your jeans. Maintain a gentle trunk contraction throughout, and remember to keep breathing. Okay, if you're going to breathe in time of the movement, breathe in as you lift. Right, on to the first mobilization. It's the turtle cat. Let's get that chin tucked in and then head up as you go down into the cat. Turtle, cat. 4 each of those. Big ranges of motion. Push through the end ranges of motion. On to thoracic mobilizations, T-mobs. This is T-mobs 1. There's a number of T-mobs and hip mobs and S-mobs and all sorts of mobs. This is T-mobs 1. Please push through that end range of motion. Okay, don't just go through the motions. Try and really work through that tight area. Okay. Alright, once you've done 4 of those each side, it's back into what we call the PCPC. Press-ups, climbers, planks, cobras. Okay, I'll let you get on with this second set. Right, once you've done that second set of PCPC, onto HMOBs 3. So this is stretching the psoas. It's one of the hip flexors. It's a tight muscle that crosses the hip. When it gets tight, it anteriorly tilts the pelvis. It could be responsible for some of your issues. Look, see how I'm rotating my trunk one way, then the other way. I'm really trying to get inside that hip joint. I'm just not holding a static stretch. Okay, I'm moving this hip around. I don't want you to do any static stretches at the moment. That's going to reduce neural drive into the muscle. Okay, so if you're using this as a warm-up before sports events, you don't want to do a static stretch. These are mobilizations, moving stretches. Into HMOBs 2, legs wide. Okay, move the hips forward and back. I'll go sideways on for you as well, so you can see this range of motion. All the way back to the heels, then bring those hips forward, and you might feel a few little clunks or clicks in your back as well. Okay, once you've done about 30 seconds of that, we're on to the next bit, which is back bridges. Okay, you can have your palms facing straight ahead, you can have your hands facing backwards to the side. I don't mind. Give the glutes a good squeeze here. The glutes are the driver of this movement, okay? Don't let the hamstrings do all the work. It's 8 repetitions of those. Okay, once you've done 8 reps, onto your back. Let's have one leg bent. I'm starting with the left leg bent here just to give you an idea of this sort of open hip position. Okay, you get a better idea of the right technique looking at this side first, I think. And you're bringing the hip up and then the leg up and then hip down and leg down. Keep the neck and shoulders relaxed. There's an opportunity here for you to open out the shoulder as well by keeping the palms facing up to the ceiling or facing up to the sky. Keep those shoulders open, keep the arms and those upper quarters relaxed. It's 8 repetitions each side. It's just like a single breath movement or a 1 second hold at the moment, okay? Right, next on to the pigeon mobilization. And again, it's not a stretch. See, working in and out of that position, moving in and out sideways and maybe even forward and back. You're using the top of the femur inside the joint to work against the tight joint capsule and the associated soft tissue, different ligaments and tendons attached onto that joint. Okay, so work in and out of that tight area. Okay, back onto the back bridges and floor bridges. I'll let you get on with the second set. Okay, so here we've got the Mackenzie press. Make sure the legs are relaxed. Okay, try and relax your trunk. Look, if you're not relaxed after 30 seconds, just keep holding it, okay? Nice way to get your spine into extension. So, if you have a long band, we're going to do S-mobs or shoulder mobilizations. This is Trinity High. These are shoulder mobilizations with a high band, and there's 3 of them. Okay, this is stretching and mobilizing the pec major. The band is actually pulling my arm towards the anchor point. Next one, latissimus dorsi mobilizations. Again, the band is pulling my hand towards the anchor point as I work in and out of that. I'm going to give you another view of that latissimus dorsi. See how I'm moving my hips back and away. See how my hips open out. Okay, that was part 2. Now part 3. Get the elbow in, reach back with the hand. Okay, get that elbow in position. Once lockdown's over, I'll have to go through this with you, probably face to face. This is a tough one, but it's very, very, very effective. Okay, another good tool: a tennis ball, a golf ball, a cricket ball, a lacrosse ball, or a massage ball. Get it on that pec major. Please try and avoid the tendon. Okay, you'll know when you're in the tendon. It's a sort of fibrous bit close to the joint. I'm working in and around the muscle belly. Okay, that's what's pulling on the tendon, and that's what's pulling on the hard tissue at the shoulder. Next, get the ball in between the shoulder blade and the thoracic spine. Work up and down the wall. See, I've opened my shoulder blade out by bringing my arm across the body. You can go up and down, you can go side to side, you rotate. I'm now going to extend my arm, and that's going to open out that joint in a slightly different way and access different parts of the muscle. Okay, well done. There you go.